Hey, all right. Here we go. Let's make sure we got a great connection on all ends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And all video and audio input signals are in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, do you have a hard time saying no to obligations and requests all the time? If you're experiencing the stress and anxiety from that, I'm here to tell you, friend, it is time for you to take your power back. It's time for you to get in the driver's seat and take control and set some boundaries. Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Kim of Align with Dr. Kim, where we heal from burnout, create balance so we can express our brilliance and embrace well being. We are talking about the power of saying no on tonight. I will go ahead and give you a heads up. This is going to be a two-parter. I want to express the, I want to implore you to really own the power of your no and what it does for you. So, this is coming from a place of the introverted, for the introverted, for women in particular, how we were sometimes placed in so many different settings and surroundings where everybody depends on us for everything. And we can lead with that mentality of everybody else comes first and I serve me later, if I serve me later. So we are breaking that understanding, or rather, should I say, we are upgrading to another level of understanding. I think it's important for us to understand the power of our no and what it does for us, which is why I'm spending so much time on this. Hello to all the people that are here with me live. Hello to those of you all who are catching me by replay. Say hello in the comments to me. I do like to shout you out and greet you as well. Community also happens in the comments. So we're going to get that community question started. Here's a question for you. What's one area of your life where you could benefit from setting stronger boundaries? If you don't know right now, that's okay. Hopefully, by the time we have had our chat, you will clearly understand where you want to set stronger boundaries in your life. So, that's our question for the comments as we are building community here at Align with Dr. Kim in the comment section as well. So, I think high achieving women of faith is a person who has gone through this before and had issues with setting my own boundaries and coming to understand and embrace my own boundary journey. I had to understand when I needed to say no. And some of the things that stood out for me was this behavior of people pleasing. Some of us know it all too well. And this fear of missing out. If I don't do this now, I may miss it later, knowing good and well you overcommitting yourself, your sanity, and everything else. This is where the power of no comes in. Our no gives us protection. Our no gives us provision. It lets it in. It lets in the protection, the provision, and the prosperity. Our no will let in the protection, the provision, and I said it before, and the prosperity. Yes, it will let in all of those things. And the reason why I say that is because protection, well, I'm just going to go through all of them. Okay, let's talk about it. So, number one, your no is going to protect your time and your energy. We only have a certain amount of time. Once you start to understand how limited things are with your energy, with your time, with your resources, we are not in our eternal bodies right now. So this is why we have to protect our time and energy because there is a limitation on it. And when we're able to protect it, it allows us to have the energy that we need for the things that are imperative for us to complete now, the things that really need our attention now, like our goals, our families, our inner mindsets. If we are, say, for example, if you had a banking example, and you had this much energy over here at this bank, and you had to spend X amount out of it. Well, if you only had 12 units of this in there and you spend all 12, you have to wait till you charge back up again. Hey, Asia. Hey, girl. You have to wait till you charge back up again as well so you can continue to do those things. And sometimes we don't have the time to recharge. We can use the units of time that we have in the day that we are in, right? We use the mental our decision making abilities for for the things that we have to face throughout the day. We're always making all of these tiny decisions. I talked about decision fatigue and setting systems and everything on the last live that we did. That can run out your decision making ability. That's why you may feel the brain fog and the fatigue because you have just expanded yourself or extended yourself so much to where you are the one making decisions on all the things when you should not be. You can have help. So the protection part, we when we say no, we're able to protect our energy and our time. We're also able to focus on the things that are important. We're able to prioritize those things that need to get done, the immediate tasks, like I said, taking care of our families, taking care of yourself as well, maintaining your home, all of those type of things. If we're saying yes to everything, all of these other things, we get behind in them. And instead of chunking off time trying to catch up with things, how much sweeter is it when we put ourselves in position and say, I care about, the well-being of my family. So I am going to take care of this first. I am going to take care of me first so I can give them the best version of me, the best version of yourself to your family, to your clients, to your business, to the other people that you serve, even to God, giving you the best version of yourself to Him, not the last portions of it, not the parts of you that's just running off of fumes. This is what our no allows us to have access to. It allows us to be the best version of ourselves for those things that are truly important to us. It also helps us foster self respect when we start to say no more often. Why? Because we start to understand that, hey, we are people who acknowledge our limits and we acknowledge our needs. That is coming from a place of self worth. You're practicing your self love, you're practicing how worthy you are, and you're able to stand in a place of respect for your time and for your energy as well. No also helps us with the overcoming. Hey, Dr. Rachel. Hey, no helps us with overcoming FOMO or fear of missing out. And the act of people pleasing, which I will also say is another fear, the fear of not being accepted. That's why one of the reasons why people pleasing is so paramount and why it comes up is people want to be accepted. People want the praise. People want to feel like they belong as well. So saying yes, 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 yes all the time seems like in the beginning a great idea to get what you need. Hint, hint, the acceptance, to get the community and all of those type of things. But I will be the first person to tell you on this live, I'm the only person in this live right now that's here with me, but I'm here with you. I'm here with you. But yeah, I'll be the first one to say it here, friend, that no one gets an award for being a yes woman. Nobody, you will not get it. The things that you are awarded or rewarded with will actually not serve you in the wrong in the end. it will get you the award of most notable to carry everybody else's load. Being the yes woman will get you just signaled as the strong friend, the one who can take it all, the one who can do it all, and the one who, we don't ever have to check in on this person. Those things won't serve you in the end. They will not. And it's okay. It's more than okay to say no. It's more than okay. It's downright non-negotiable for you to say those things so you can have the things that you want, right? That's the people pleasing. But what about the fear of missing out? I will tell you also, friend, that when we miss out or we say no to certain experiences, it opens us up to receive and have more fruitful and meaningful experiences because the things that we choose can lead us to more fulfilling experiences. There's nothing to miss out on when you make a choice to be in a place to serve, when you make it your decision to prioritize your well-being, to prioritize the things that are meaningful to you. When we are trying to please everyone and accept all invitations, accept all obligations, we're not really pleasing anyone. We are set in a place where we see a fantasy in our mind. It is no longer authentic because if you really pay attention to your body signals a lot of time, your body will let you know, I really don't want to do that. But here's the thing about society as well, being trained to push past those things and ignore your intuition. You know you're tired, or you know you need to study for that event, or study for this, or you know you need to prepare for something, or you need to just rest because you feel tired, or you know you've chosen to rest at a certain amount of time, but yet you move out of it. Well, when you're operating from a place of having healthy boundaries, you will not overstep that because balance and well being is a non negotiable. It becomes non negotiable to you when you shift to that perspective. That's how we can overcome the fear of missing out and the need to please everybody else, is that we prioritize ourselves. The other thing to know, I talked about how your no protects you, it opens you up to more protection and more provision and more prosperity. It's going to keep you from overcommitting your mind and your physical health. Oh my goodness. How many times have we overcommitted something only to end up with more anxiety, to end up with more physical exhaustion? You can't go to certain things, or you can't even receive things because your body is just starting to break down because you've been going, going, going without a level of rest. And y'all, I see it all the time. There are people, when your body is telling you to rest, your mind has to catch up with it. And this is why I wanted to talk, to have this level of intervention to remind people, it's like, hey, if you are working, 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 and you do not have a rest routine set in your week, and you don't acknowledge what your body needs. I was saying this on the last live, is that we are built to rest. We are made to rest. We need those things so we can produce. Your understanding of things are a little warped. And it is my goal on tonight is to flip that upside down, the other way around. You rest so you can be productive, not rest after productivity, but you rest so you can become more productive. It's not about being productive, it's about you being your authentic self and being available as your authentic self to meet the different adventures, to meet the different challenges. And when you do meet those challenges, you want to have a rested brain so you can be as creative and prosperous as you need to be with those parts of life as well. Being overcommitted will also cause you to be in the land of burnout. Burnout will keep you from reaching your full potential, and it will block you from your own joy and happiness. Another thing that will block you from your joy and happiness when you overcommitted, when you neglect taking care of yourself. And ooh, this is a big one. That self-neglect in the name of meeting a deadline or doing one more thing, we gotta have limits, y'all. We gotta set the no. We have to turn the temperature up on the no sometimes, or if not, the temperature is gonna come up for us. And that's something that we don't want to do. So saying no to overcommitting our minds and our physical health in the name of prioritizing ourselves and having balance. When we prioritize our needs, we get that better sense of health and wellness and well being in our bodies. Your mind is able to be clear, your body is able to ward off and fight all sorts of issues, physical issues that people have when they're chronically stressed out. That attacks your immune system, but you won't have to worry about any of it when you start putting your needs forward. You're able to not just maintain the success, but you're able to have a sustained level of success. That is the secret to gaining success, keeping success, and continuing in your success is how well you take care of yourself, how well you allow other people to come in and help serve you and help take care of you as well. That's how you get the sustainability part in it. For those of us, I used to have a fear of success as well. I mean, my brain just looked at that all kind of ways. Fear of missing out, the fear of, oh my gosh, fear of succeeding, fear of failing, all of it, yes, is the fear part. But when you understand that, hey, I'm going to take care of myself. And if I fail at something, I just reframe it. It's my first attempt in learning, FAIL. It's an attempt in learning, and it's a lesson that you get out of each and every attempt. It's a lesson that will ultimately lead you and guide you to the best and the next thing that is waiting for you. Each attempt builds upon the next as we go forward in those things. And this is the powerful thing about saying that no, is being able to place your energy and your time in places where you get a return on your investment. Like, how many of you have experienced it where you've placed your time and your energy into a thing and you just did not get the response that you were hoping for? Yes, we can pivot, we can do those type of things, but how about we become intentional about where we place our energy and the things that we say no to, right? So I want to go over some ways to put some rest in your daily routine as well. Hi, Andrea. I see you over there on Instagram, all the Instagram fam. Andrea said, we are built to rest. Yes, we are absolutely built for rest. So, we are talking about understanding the power of the no, and I'm talking about the setting of boundaries for a balanced life, which we are going to have a continuation of as well. I really wanted to share with you the power of saying no and being able to own that, and how it opens you up to provision. It opens you up to the levels of protection that you need to protect your time and your energy for the goals and the outcomes and your calling and the things that you were called to do. Being able to say no to those things, rejecting anything that does not align with your values, it does not align to God's plan for you, being able to reject those things and do it unapologetically. Doing it from a place of self-worth, understanding that you are a person that has limits, you are a person that has needs, and respecting those things as well. So, how can we start to incorporate daily rest into our routines? And I say putting in the daily rest is because there's work life balance. And in order to have work life balance, you need work life boundaries. Yes, work life boundaries. There has to be a line between those things, right? So, creating a rest schedule that takes trust and understanding what rest looks like for you. Rest doesn't have to be stillness, rest is mainly ceasing from your work. And you can experience the renewal with that, even if it's something like charging. I'm sorry, not charging. Well, this is a charging way. One thing to charge up is if you like listening to music, something that will uplift you. Sometimes you need a mindfulness activity, practicing mindfulness and having a time to do that. One of the things that worked for me is starting to set breaks in the day. So, what do you mean by that, Dr. Kim, setting breaks in my day? Well, each one of us, you're going to notice, pay attention to your energy levels throughout the day. So, in first thing in the morning, you may need a pick me up. That's a time, a place where you can have a routine for something that will lift you up, something that will inspire you. Audio messages, affirmations, listening to prayer calls, things like that. There are other moments throughout the day where it's like, okay, well, I need a little pick me up here at lunchtime. That's like those transition zones when you're shifting from one part of work and one part of your day into another part. I understood for me, I needed to let go of one portion of the day so I could go into the second part of my day. Especially as a healthcare worker, oh my God, I feel like you need to break your day up into zones just so you can keep some structure and maintain a level of self care and self love for yourself because you have to be poured into consistently. I always try to make myself available to be poured into. Even during sometimes in my sessions, I will notice that my patients are pouring back into me. They will say something that will have me laughing, and I like to laugh. That's also a way let people rest as well as one way that I rest. I was talking to one of my coworkers today about sometimes I will go on YouTube and just watch an episode of Key and Peele. And if you don't know who Key and Peele are, I mean, some people may say it's stupid, but I feel like if you watch stuff like the Chappelle Show or other comedy specials, Key and Peele, that they just have genius skits that will have you laughing. If you somebody that likes Saturday Night Live skits, things like that, or if you grew up watching Mad TV, shout out to the 80s babies, and anybody else who was a Mad TV fan. But yeah, if you grew up listening to those things and you need those pick me up moments, it may be, in between while you on a break and you just need to laugh. You need a release of joy. You give that to yourself. You build in those moments and those things where you're like, you know what, I need to go outside for a walk. That's another mindfulness activity is movement, mindful movement, where you're walking, you're enjoying the air around you, you're taking notice of your sights, the sounds, any taste that you have. Some people recommend aromatherapy, like if you got a certain type of lotion you like to use, or if you're chewing a piece of gum, y'all, mint will do some things for you. Mint is clarifying. Just chewing a piece of mint gum when you feel stressed can help. And breathing, reminding yourself to breathe, mindful breath. And they have several apps out there for those things as well. But the last thing I want to say about that is setting. Hey, Tamara, how you doing? She said rest schedule must needed. Yes, we have to create a schedule for our rest. And I was just talking about how you build in mini breaks throughout your day, preferably in your transition zones, which that's like going from first shift to lunch coming back in. Some people like to center themselves before they get started with work again, even if it's just a 5-minute inhale and exhale, so you can go back into your work in a calm demeanor. When you get off of work, being able to enter your home in a calm demeanor. Those are wonderful gifts to give yourself and to your family or the people that you live with as well, because you're invested in being your best self and presenting your best self as well. The main thing I wanted to say also is being able to set those work life boundaries, being able to realize this is where I need to have a boundary at work. Do you have some ideas yet, friends, about where you need to set stronger boundaries? If you do, set them in the comments below for me because that's where community happens as well. Another thing I like to invite you to do is to like this live, to share this live if it's helped you in any way. And your girl is on YouTube. Hint, hint, ding, ding. You can follow me on YouTube. My channel name is aligned with Dr. Kim right now at the time of this recording, but it's aligned with Dr. Kim. I love it if you follow and to share it as well. I say it's a place where, if you are an introverted person, you are a scripture affirming human, if you're somebody that's just all about being balanced and living a life of purpose, then I think you'll like it over there. I think you'll like kicking it with us as well. There are more things to come also. All right. I'm checking in with y'all. Hey. All righty. That's it for me, you all. I am going to see you all in the next one. Like I said, there will be a second part to this, and I will see you then. Oh, but before I go, I have to tell you, friend, that you are worth having a balanced, well being life where you're experiencing the prosperity that you deserve, a richness of well being, a richness of clarity, a richness of purpose. You can have those things. You need to set stronger boundaries. Bye.